It's like when I was recording with my mother, and then we would play the tape back, and I couldn't tell who it was that was singing.
She was happy to be playing and doing what she loved and being recognized, and then you have the part of her career where she got mad.
In the world of celebrities, not every relationship is out in the open. Some familial ties are cleverly hidden, connections only revealed after decades, or sometimes never acknowledged at all. Especially in the black entertainment industry, where competition is fierce and public pressure is relentless, keeping family ties under wraps is often necessary. When the spotlight of fame takes center stage, even the closest blood bonds can become strained. The 19 stories I'm about to share are about the lives of famous black actress pairs with surprising family connections you might not expect. Digging into the hidden corners of their relationships may change how you view the stars you've long admired. 19. Cicely Tyson and Kathy Tyson, the silent battle between two generations of actresses. Cicely Tyson, the queen of stage and screen, is an enduring Hollywood icon. With a career spanning over 70 years, she was a pioneer in breaking racial barriers in the film industry, leaving an indelible mark with works like Sounder, 1972, The Autobiography of Miss Jane Pittman, 1974, and The Help, 2011. With such fame, Cicely became the ideal role model for countless black actors. Meanwhile, Kathy Tyson, a distant relative, was no less remarkable. Born in England, Kathy gained recognition for her role as Simone in Mona Lisa, 1986, earning a BAFTA nomination. Yet Cicely's towering shadow loomed over every step of Kathy's career. The tension between these two women began in the 1980s. Despite Kathy's talent and prominence in film, she couldn't escape Cicely's colossal legacy. Kathy always felt tethered to Cicely's name, which left her uneasy. In 1987, at the Cannes Film Festival, when asked about Cicely's influence on her career, Kathy coldly responded that she wanted to be judged for her own work, not her family ties. Her words were a clear declaration that she refused to be compared to or associated with Cicely's fame. But the media wouldn't let up. The strain peaked in 1990 when Cicely was invited as the keynote speaker at a London event where Kathy was a guest actress. As the event approached, Kathy made a move that shocked Hollywood. She refused to share the stage with Cicely, citing a busy schedule. In truth, it was an excuse to avoid standing beside an icon she felt she could never surpass. She didn't want Cicely's shadow to eclipse everything she'd been building. But this choice didn't just fuel Kathy's resentment, it cost her golden career opportunities. In 1992, Cicely, despite her age and many challenges, remained a radiant star in Hollywood. She recommended Kathy for a significant role in a Hollywood film, but Kathy declined. She didn't want to be seen as Cicely's heir, as Cicely's fame was too vast, too overwhelming. The price of Kathy's pride was never achieving the monumental success of her relative. While Cicely continued to bask in glory, earning an honorary Oscar in 2018, Kathy was left with regrets over her prideful decisions. 18. Eartha Kitt and Kit Shapiro, mother and daughter, clashing between fame and freedom. Eartha Kitt, the seductive icon of the entertainment world with Santa Baby, 1953, and her role as Catwoman in Batman, 1967, was a multi-talented star known for her fierce personality and remarkable career. Her daughter, Kit Shapiro, grew up in her mother's spotlight, but chose business and managing Eartha's legacy over a career in the arts. This decision drove a wedge between them, especially as Kit rejected the lofty expectations her mother placed on her. In 1985, Eartha still held hope that her daughter would follow in her footsteps. She arranged an audition at a prestigious New York theater, hoping Kit would try her hand at musical theater, but Kit flatly refused. She didn't want to live in her mother's shadow or face the pressure of Eartha's towering fame. This sparked a heated argument at their Connecticut home, as Eartha couldn't fathom why her daughter wouldn't seize the opportunities she'd fought so hard for in a harsh industry where black women like her had to work twice as hard. The rift grew when Kit chose to forge her own path in business. In 1998, she founded a company to manage Eartha's legacy, but didn't involve her mother in key decisions. Eartha felt sidelined, as if her life's work was reduced to an asset others could control. This sense of exclusion deepened their divide. The breaking point came in 2000 when Kit declined Eartha's invitation to appear together on a TV show about artist families. Kit feared being seen as a mere accessory to Eartha rather than an independent individual. Eartha was deeply hurt by this rejection, which severely damaged their family bond, leading to a long period of silence. Their relationship was an unspoken battle between dreams and expectations. Eartha wanted her daughter to carry on her artistic legacy, while Kit yearned to build her own empire, free from her mother's shadow. These conflicts created a chasm, but deep down, they loved each other in their own way. 17. Ruby Dandridge and Dorothy Dandridge. The battle between a star and her controller. Ruby Dandridge, a lesser-known actress in the 1930s and 1940s, devoted her life to building a career for her daughter Dorothy, who became a star with her role in Carmen Jones, 1954. Dorothy Dandridge, the first black actress nominated for a Best Actress Oscar, was a Hollywood legend. But behind her glamour was a relentless battle between mother and daughter, where Ruby's control not only shaped Dorothy's career, but also destroyed her life. Ruby, driven by insatiable ambition, saw in Dorothy everything she lacked. When Dorothy was just a child, Ruby pushed her into the Dandridge sisters, aiming solely to propel her to stardom. But when Dorothy reached that pinnacle with her stunning role in Carmen Jones in 1954, Ruby's obsession grew unhealthy. Unsatisfied with that success, she began controlling every aspect of Dorothy's life. She pressured her to take safe roles and projects, leaving no room for risk. Ruby's interference in film contracts, financial decisions, and career choices drained Dorothy's energy and passion. The situation escalated in 1956 when Ruby tried to force Dorothy into an independent film she was co-producing. Dorothy, with a star's keen insight, rejected the project, deeming it low quality and unfit for her image. This ignited a fiery clash at their Los Angeles home, where Dorothy unleashed harsh words and anger, shattering their relationship. From then on, Dorothy cut off contact with her mother for nearly a year, communicating only through a manager. But the damage was irreversible. The pressure from Ruby, combined with Hollywood's demands and mounting financial woes, plunged Dorothy into depression, losing her way. From a radiant star, she faded silently, dying tragically at 42 in 1965, a loss no one could have foreseen. Ruby was genuinely proud of her daughter, and after Dorothy's death, she spoke endlessly of her success as a way to affirm her own role in it. But this couldn't hide the truth. Ruby had unwittingly pushed her daughter into an abyss. A life that could have been fulfilled by talent and passion became a tragedy, stifled by the very mother who gave her life. 16. Debbie Allen and Felicia Rashad, a sisterly bond strong amid fame's pressures. Debbie Allen, the star of Fame 1980 and an Emmy-winning choreographer, is renowned for her extraordinary talent in dance and choreography. Her sister, Felicia Rashad, an icon of The Cosby Show 1984-1992 and a Tony Award winner, has a solid acting career spanning TV and stage. Despite their dazzling successes, their sisterly bond was never tainted by the industry's competition. Unlike many stars, Debbie and Felicia's careers never threatened their family ties. In 1982, at the Emmy Awards in Los Angeles, Debbie stood on stage, honored for outstanding choreography. In that moment, Felicia's eyes brimmed with pride and love as she gazed at her sister. She rose from her seat, clapping fervently in joy. It wasn't just a moment of triumph, but a testament to their deep sisterly bond. The sisters stood by each other in their brightest and darkest moments, never abandoning one another. In 1988, when Felicia struggled to transition from TV to Broadway, Debbie didn't hesitate to help. She personally supported Felicia in an experimental play at New York's Public Theater, helping her gain the experience needed for a starring role in Cat on a Hot Tin Roof in 2008. Felicia overcame the challenge, stepping into Broadway's spotlight, never forgetting the sister who guided her. In 1995, when Debbie Allen's Dance Academy faced a financial crisis, Felicia was there. She donated $50,000 of her own money to help her sister. Debbie, fiercely independent, initially refused, but eventually couldn't resist. In I Noise, a 2000 interview, Debbie called Felicia not just family, but my hero. Both deeply understood that no matter the heights of their careers, their sisterly bond was the greatest gift life had given them. 15. Whoopi Goldberg and Alex Martin, mother and daughter clashing under fame's curse. Whoopi Goldberg, a global EGOT star, Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, Tony, is known for iconic roles in The Color Purple, 1985, and Ghost, 1990. She's not only a Hollywood icon, but a symbol of strength and resilience for Black women. Her daughter, Alex Martin, tried acting in films like Sister Act 2, 1993, and The Cheetah Girls, 2003, but never escaped her mother's towering shadow, leaving her career perpetually overshadowed. The relationship between Whoopi and Alex wasn't like a typical mother-daughter bond. Despite Whoopi's fame, it didn't make it easier for Alex to find her place in the competitive industry. In 1994, when Alex was cast in a comedy produced by Whoopi, she hoped for a breakthrough. But at the audition, producers criticized her for lacking her mother's star aura. The failure, coupled with comparisons to Whoopi, left Alex frustrated. She felt her mother didn't do enough to help, despite having the influence to propel her to stardom. Tensions escalated in 1995 at a Los Angeles family gathering where Alex couldn't contain her anger. She publicly criticized Whoopi for not using her clout to secure bigger roles for her. Whoopi believed Alex needed to prove herself independently, not live in her shadow. The argument led to a year of not speaking. The peak of their strain came in 1996 when Alex refused to appear on a TV show hosted by Whoopi, fearing being labeled Whoopi's daughter. This was a sharp blow to their relationship. Ongoing disputes pushed them further apart, leading Alex to pivot to producing, seeking her own path to avoid competing with her mother. In 2000, Alex again declined to join Whoopi on The View, unwilling to face public scrutiny and comparisons. This widened their gap. Even now, they rarely appear together smiling brightly. While Whoopi remains an undeniable industry icon, Alex continues to grapple with being her great mother's shadow. 14. Lena Horne and Jenny Lumet, grandmother and granddaughter, clashing under a grand legacy. Lena Horne, a legendary Hollywood icon, shone in Stormy Weather, 1943, with her captivating jazz voice, a pioneer in breaking racial stereotypes in entertainment. Her granddaughter, Jenny Lumet, daughter of Gail Lumet Buckley, chose screenwriting over acting, making her mark with Rachel Getting Married, 2008, earning multiple award nominations. Yet Lena always hoped Jenny would continue her performing legacy. Though both were talented, Lena's expectations weighed heavily on Jenny. Proud of her family's performing heritage, Lena longed for Jenny to follow her on stage and screen. In 1985, at a New York family gathering, Lena couldn't hide her disappointment when Jenny declined an audition for a Broadway musical she'd recommended. Lena felt pained seeing her granddaughter reject the path she'd fought to pave. She even chided Jenny for wasting family resources. Jenny, fiercely independent, refused to live in her grandmother's shadow. She told Lena she wanted to make her mark in writing, not acting, to be recognized for her creativity, not the Horne name. Their debate grew heated. Lena couldn't understand Jenny's choice, thinking she was foolish to miss such opportunities, while Jenny felt she couldn't cower in the shadow of a legend like Lena. Jenny deliberately avoided Hollywood projects tied to Lena. In 1990, when offered to write a script about Lena's life, she declined without hesitation, unwilling to be engulfed by her grandmother's image. This rift grew. They rarely mentioned each other in interviews, despite maintaining family contact. The peak of their conflict came in 1992, when Jenny canceled a dinner with Lena at a black cultural event, fearing media would focus on their relationship, something she didn't want spotlighted. Lena, proud of her granddaughter, was deeply hurt. She couldn't understand why Jenny hid their family tie when she only wanted closeness and support. Ultimately, despite their family bond, differing views, generational gaps, and towering expectations created an insurmountable barrier. An invisible wall, built by a grand legacy, shaped a complex relationship torn between love and personal ambition. 13. Ruby Dee and Gabourey Sidibe, a clash under the weight of fame. Ruby Dee, a cinematic legend with her role in A Raisin in the Sun, 1961, was not only a great star but a civil rights activist, an icon of resilience and talent. Her distant cousin, Gabourey Sidibe, rose to fame with her starring role in Precious, 2009, earning an Oscar nomination. But behind Gabourey's spotlight was the immense pressure of being compared to Ruby, a trailblazer for black women in a harsh industry. Gabourey carried a deep insecurity, as if every step was watched under the lens of her predecessor. In 2010, at an NAACP event in Los Angeles, Gabourey was invited to speak about Ruby's legacy. Instead of elaborating, she briefly acknowledged Ruby, focusing on her own journey. This upset some family members who felt Gabourey disrespected Ruby, who had tirelessly fought for meaningful roles for black women in film. The tension didn't stop there. In 2012, Gabourey declined to join a theater project honoring Ruby, despite it being a prime opportunity to show gratitude. She chose to focus on commercial film roles to establish herself. Ruby, though silent, was deeply disappointed by Gabourey's actions. In 2013, when Ruby hosted an acting workshop for young black actors, Gabourey again stayed away. She didn't want to be seen as Ruby's protege, but as an independent star. This further distanced them. Gabourey faced not only family disappointment, but also colleagues' judgmental looks. She was caught between forging her own path and avoiding the label of Ruby Dee's kin, a title she didn't want. Their relationship became an unspoken battle between honoring a legacy and asserting individuality. 12. Ethel Waters and Crystal Waters. A musical battle across eras. Ethel Waters, a legendary blues and jazz figure, shone with timeless hits like Stormy Weather, 1933, and was among the first black artists nominated for an Emmy for Route 66. Tied to the civil rights movement, she became a symbol of resilience and freedom. Her distant relative, Crystal Waters, rose in the 1990s with Gypsy Woman, She's Homeless, achieving massive chart success. But their relationship was marred by an unavoidable clash despite never meeting. The issue wasn't just their differing music genres, but a clash of worlds and views on art and musical value. Though Crystal had a stellar dance music career, Ethel's shadow loomed large. At a 1991 family gathering in Philadelphia, as Crystal entered, older relatives cast scornful looks. They called her dance music crude and shallow, an undeniable insult to the family's musical tradition. Their criticism, comparing her to Ethel, seen as the epitome of true music, stung Crystal deeply. Worse, they dredged up Ethel's pre-1977 death remarks, where she expressed dismay at modern music's evolution, believing dance music weakened jazz and gospel's value. These words haunted Crystal like a curse, piling pressure from her own family. In 1996, Crystal was invited to a New York concert honoring Ethel, but declined. She didn't want to be boxed in Ethel's shadow. Instead, she embarked on a European tour where her music was celebrated. This choice strained her family ties further. They saw her as a traitor, tarnishing Ethel's musical legacy. The price of asserting herself was loneliness and estrangement within her family. In the clash between classic and modern music, Crystal chose a path against her elders' expectations, paying with intangible losses. 11. Diana Ross and Tracee Ellis Ross, battling a giant shadow on her own path. Diana Ross, the Motown music legend, was not only the golden voice of the Supremes, but a powerhouse with a breakthrough role in Lady Sings the Blues, 1972. Her daughter, Tracee Ellis Ross, shown in Girlfriends, 2000-2008, and Blackish, 2014-2022, but constantly struggled to escape her mother's massive shadow. Despite her talent and career, Tracee faced harsh scrutiny from the public and family. In 2001, as she gained attention for Girlfriends, Diana felt Tracee wasn't connecting with the musical legacy she'd built. Believing Tracee was off track, Diana tried to persuade her to join a music project to continue her path. Tracee firmly declined, choosing comedic acting, sparking a fiery argument at their Los Angeles home. Diana felt betrayed. As an irreplaceable music star, she couldn't understand why Tracee rejected the family legacy for TV. But Tracee, eager to prove herself, didn't want to be Diana Ross's daughter. She wanted to shine independently. This became clearer in 2005 when Tracee declined to join a Motown tribute concert Diana organized, fearing the Diana's Daughter label, despite it being a chance to honor her mother's legacy. The rift persisted when, in 2007, Tracee bluntly canceled an audition for a musical film Diana produced, fearing favoritism as Diana's daughter over being a true actress. This deeply disappointed Diana, leading to an inevitable period of distance. Though they maintained family contact, their relationship grew tense and rarely discussed in interviews. Tracee faced not only her mother's towering expectations, but public scrutiny, torn between preserving her mother's name and asserting her worth. Meanwhile, Diana, despite her greatness, couldn't convince Tracee to follow her path. This differing perspective became a breaking point between generations, a conflict inseparable from their lives. 10. Oprah Winfrey and Ava DuVernay, a clash at the pinnacle of two artistic empires. Oprah Winfrey, the media queen who reshaped entertainment with The Oprah Winfrey Show, 1986-2011, is an icon of power, influence, and compassion. She's also a talented film producer with projects like The Color Purple, 1985. Her distant cousin, Ava DuVernay, made a profound mark with socially impactful films like Selma, 2014, and When They See Us, 2019. Both influential in entertainment, they couldn't avoid competing to assert their artistic and social visions. Their relationship wasn't always smooth, despite shared goals of changing the world through art. Tensions arose in 2015 when Ava joined Queen Sugar. Oprah, with her commercial vision, wanted the show to focus on family themes to appeal to a broad audience. Ava, however, insisted on preserving the film's artistic integrity and strong message about racial injustice. These clashing views sparked an unrelenting standoff. At their first Los Angeles meeting, Ava openly opposed Oprah's ideas, creating a tense atmosphere that required staff intervention to mediate. Ava couldn't accept diluting the film's political message for mass appeal. This frustrated Oprah, accustomed to controlling successful, accessible projects. The tension didn't stop there. Ava, unwilling to be Oprah's person, declined to join a special OWN program to promote Selma. She further asserted her independence by rejecting an exclusive OWN production contract in 2016, shocking Oprah. She felt undervalued, as if Ava was dismissing her support and opportunities. Oprah's shadow, though vast, couldn't hold Ava's creative decisions. Their conflict wasn't just about artistic views, but about power and influence in entertainment. While Oprah was a commercial icon, Ava championed pure art. Feeling confined by a successful role, Model's shadow drove Ava to assert herself through socially charged projects. The cost was a strained family relationship as they struggled to find common ground. 9. Marian Anderson and Gladys Knight, a cross-generational music clash. Marian Anderson, a legendary opera singer, made history with her 1939 Lincoln Memorial performance, breaking racial barriers for classical arts. Her maternal relative, Gladys Knight, shone in soul music with Gladys Knight and the Pips, storming charts with hits like Midnight Train to Georgia, 1973. But their differing musical values created an irreconcilable conflict. In 1970, at an Atlanta family gathering, Marian, after too many drinks, criticized Gladys's soul music, calling it lacking the dignity and depth of opera, the genre she'd fought to elevate. Gladys, proud of her mainstream success, felt insulted and retorted that her music spoke for a new black generation. The heated argument led Gladys to decline a 1975 Carnegie Hall event honoring Marian, despite being invited as a special guest. In 1980, when asked to record an opera tribute for Marian, Gladys refused, insisting on her soul style. This not only hurt Marian, but created a deep family rift that lasted their lifetimes. 8. Mahalia Jackson and Della Reese, a lasting bond beyond fame's pressures. Mahalia Jackson, the gospel queen, moved millions with her performances at the 1963 March on Washington. Her distant cousin, Della Reese, starred in Touched by an Angel and had an impressive singing career, maintaining a close bond with Mahalia despite differing styles. In 1970, as Della transitioned from singing to acting, Mahalia sent a heartfelt 5-page letter from Chicago, urging Della to stay true to her black identity in a challenging industry. Those words empowered Della. In 1971, Della invited Mahalia to her Los Angeles set, where they sang a soulful gospel duet, a symbol of their family bond. It was their last shared stage. After Mahalia's 1972 death, Della held a moving tribute in Detroit, singing Mahalia's favorite, "Take My Hand, Precious Lord." A year later, Della funded a music scholarship in Mahalia's name at a Detroit university, showing deep love and respect for her legendary cousin. 7. Dinah Washington and Dionne Warwick, a clash over music and legacy. Dinah Washington, the Queen of Blues with hits like What a Difference a Day Makes, 1959, was a jazz and blues icon. Her paternal relative, Dionne Warwick, rose with pop soul hits like Walk On By and I Say a Little Prayer. In 1962, at a private New York music party, tension flared when Dinah, a staunch defender of black musical heritage, mocked Dionne's pop music shift in front of guests, saying she'd lost the soul of black music. Dionne, unfazed, argued her pop reached a global audience, not just jazz fans. Their artistic divide deepened their rift. After Dinah's 1963 death, Dionne declined to record a tribute song, unwilling to be tied to a legacy she saw as outdated. In 1964, she skipped a Dinah tribute concert at Apollo Theater, citing scheduling but really avoiding being labeled her successor. 6. Cissy Houston and Whitney Houston, a subtle mother-daughter clash between ambition and tradition. Cissy Houston, a gospel and R&B legend, sang backup for stars like Elvis Presley. Her daughter, Whitney Houston, became a global superstar with hits like I Will Always Love You, an icon of contemporary music. In 1985, as Whitney's debut album soared, all eyes were on her. But behind the glamour, Cissy tightly controlled her daughter's career. Every decision, every song needed Cissy's approval. In a 1987 recording session, when Cissy advised Whitney to avoid pop songs to keep her gospel roots, their argument escalated. Whitney, ambitious to conquer mainstream music, didn't want to be confined to a safe, outdated image. Cissy feared Hollywood would commercialize her daughter. Their bond grew tense, peaking in 1990 when Whitney skipped a gospel performance at a Newark church event to focus on her international tour. Sissy left for abroad to teach Whitney a lesson, and Whitney could only bow her head. Their artistic differences added to Whitney's psychological strain, leading to her distancing from Sissy in 1991-1992 interviews. The pressure from her mother and lack of freedom in her career plunged Whitney into depression and addiction later on. 5. Nina Simone and Lisa Simone Kelly. A struggle to escape. A towering shadow. Nina Simone, a music legend and civil rights icon, was renowned for timeless hits like Feeling Good and I Put a Spell on You. Her daughter, Lisa Simone Kelly, a jazz singer and stage actress, spent her life facing her mother's massive shadow. When Lisa began her music career in the 1980s, Nina pushed her to follow her political path. But Lisa dreamed of a lighter, Broadway-style career. In 1985, Nina publicly criticized Lisa's singing as lacking fire during a Chicago rehearsal, a blow to Lisa's pride that led her to storm out in tears. The rift grew when Lisa declined to join Nina's 1988 European tour, refusing to be a copy. In 1990, she rejected appearing in a documentary about Nina, wanting to build her own career untethered to her mother's name, though she expressed love and respect. Their relationship grew distant, with cold letters as their only contact. 4. Aretha Franklin and Irma Franklin, a tight sisterly bond amid the spotlight. Aretha Franklin, the Queen of Soul, with respect and 18 Grammys, was an irreplaceable music icon. Her sister, Irma Franklin, though talented with Piece of My Heart, always stood in her shadow. Yet they loved and supported each other. In 1968, when Irma was overlooked by labels, Aretha called Atlantic Records to demand recognition for her sister. In 1970, during a Detroit performance, Aretha gave Irma 5 precious minutes to shine, calling her her first inspiration. Irma, grateful, stood by Aretha, singing backup and sharing stages. During Aretha's tough 1975 divorce, Irma paused her tour to be with her, proving an unbreakable sisterly bond. After Irma's 2002 death, Aretha led a tribute concert, singing Amazing Grace to honor her. 3. Patti LaBelle and Sarah Dash, a rift within a legendary music group. Patti LaBelle, a music legend with Lady Marmalade and LaBelle, shone with her powerful voice and captivating performances. Her cousin, Sarah Dash, also a LaBelle member, lived in Patti's shadow. In 1974, when Lady Marmalade became a global hit, all eyes were on Patti, while Sarah was seen as a backup singer. During a 1975 Philadelphia recording, Sarah's frustration boiled over when Patti was chosen as lead again, sparking a tense argument with Patti and the production team. Sarah felt overlooked, while Patti believed her stage presence justified her role. The rift persisted even after LaBelle's 1976 disbandment. Sarah declined a joint solo project with Patti in 1980, wanting her own path. In 1982, she skipped LaBelle's Apollo Theater reunion, fearing she'd remain Patti's support. Their silent rivalry left a deep scar in music history. 2. Venus Williams and Serena Williams. Fierce competition on the tennis court. Venus and Serena Williams, tennis's great sisters, dominated with 30 combined Grand Slam singles titles, but faced tense moments in their matchups. In 2001, at the U.S. Open Final, Serena defeated Venus 6-2, 6-4, claiming her first Grand Slam. After the match, Venus left without joining Serena for a joint interview. The disappointment of being outshone by her sister before millions stung. Normally close, Serena's explosive personality and bold style made her the brighter star, pushing Venus to work harder to hold her place. The effort sometimes bred awkwardness and jealousy. In 2003, when Serena won Wimbledon, Venus declined a joint charity event to focus on regaining form. Their relationship had tense moments, but their deep bond endured despite inevitable rivalry. 1. Beyoncé Knowles and Solange Knowles. A steadfast sisterly bond. Amid fame's whirlwind, Beyoncé, a global superstar with Destiny's Child and hits like Single Ladies, 2008, is a pop icon. Her sister, Solange, with her indie style and A Seat at the Table, 2016, chose a distinct artistic path. Despite comparisons, their sisterly bond never wavered. In 2008, when Solange released Soul Angel and the Hadley St. Dreams, Beyoncé used her influence to promote it, even inviting Solange to open her tour. But their entertainment life wasn't always easy. In 2014, after Solange's Met Gala elevator incident with Jay-Z, Beyoncé defended her sister, appearing together at a New York event to show unbreakable unity. Beyoncé also financially supported Solange's 2015 music project, quietly donating $100,000 as an anonymous sponsor. In 2017, despite a packed schedule, Beyoncé canceled a solo performance to attend Solange's Key New Orleans Festival show. Solange, moved, called her sister "my hero" in an interview. Their unconditional support is a proud testament among music's brightest stars. Did these family ties in entertainment surprise you? What do you think of their stories? Drop your thoughts in the comments below this video. Share your feelings and any intriguing celebrity tales you know. If you haven't subscribed, hit that button now to catch more videos revealing celebrity secrets Hollywood doesn't want you to know.